get ready to go racing. Rolling start. The cars work their way up towards the timing line. The lights go out. We're racing. Charlie Eastwood from the inside of the front row tries to hang on to the advantage. Cammish gets up the inside of Dan Lloyd, but Lloyd is on the outside line trying to stave off Cammish. The two Yorkshiremen run up the hill together. Lloyd hangs on to second place. Eastwood leads the way. Here comes Zamparelli round the outside. Is he going to be able to go ahead of Cammish? Yes, he is. So downhill for the first time. The leader is Eastwood. Lloyd is second. Zamparelli third. And Dan Cammish, this year's champion, is in fourth place as they head on to Cooper Straight for the first time. Cammish goes up the inside of Zamparelli, turning their way through paddock. Into third place goes Dan Cammish, and it's Lewis Plato in the gravel at Clearways. Dino Zamparelli tries to get the place back, and he does get the place back on the inside line going into Druids. Zamparelli goes through. Great little scrap this for third place. Jonas Gelzinis is the one who's dropped back down to seventh on that lap. He's got Sharp and Jelly behind him. Cammish is through at Druids. Through on the inside. Zamparelli deep into the corner. Door wide open. And Dan Cammish says thank you very much. So Zamparelli has lost chunks of track time, hasn't he, relative to Cammish? And now he's got a real fight on his hands. And we understand Cammish has had a moment.
Yeah, I couldn't see Cammish as he came in shot. I thought he must have either got a huge lead. And here we go. Cammish. There's lost it at Druids. Look, right on the apex. Too much throttle too early and just spun the wreck end round.
Tom Oliphant on a mission, look, as they work their way down towards Hawthorne. Latif defends to the outside line. There goes Oliphant. Can he drive all the way around the outside? He's going to try, and he uses all of the road. He's on the outside line for Westfield, and he's still staying on the outside line, and he's done it. Nose in front, right round the outside, up on the curb. Fantastic. Well done, Tom Oliphant. And look at Tom Sharp now going round that side of Gelzinis, and he tries to have a go at Latif as well. Through Sheen Curve. Sharp has done it there round the outside. Great bit of driving. Charlie Eastwood for a first win of the championship. Second across the line is Dan Lloyd. And then there's a long, long wait and a long, long line for third and fourth and back, because it is going to be Zamparelli versus Oliphant for third, and Dino Zamparelli will just get it on the line. The last round of the Porsche Carrera Cup Great Britain for 2016. The champion is on pole position, Dan Cammish. When the lights go out, we're going to be in business. Engine notes rise, lights out, we're racing, and a good start made by Cammish. Zamparelli comes across and defends Charlie Eastwood on the run up towards paddock. Dan Lloyd goes to the outside line, but it's Cammish who will lead the field into paddock. Already, look, about 4 lengths up the road, as has been his custom. He's like an absolute rocket ship on cold rubber. He leads to Druids with Zamparelli second, Eastwood third, and Dan Lloyd going right round the outside, but he's going to run out of road. Gelzinis ducks up the inside and takes the place, and Tom Sharp in the IDL car levels briefly with him on the way down the hill.
Eastwood just blocking really the entry to Sterling's to stop Gelzinis, who's looking really feisty in this race.
He is, isn't he? It's not really been a great year for Jonas Gelzinis, but he's trying to put that to bed now. Round the outside of Charlie Eastwood, this is brave. Is it going to work for him? No, it's not. Eastwood hangs on in there, but drifts wide. Dan Lloyd up the inside and on the grass. Gelzinis dives past Eastwood, Sharp to the outside of Lloyd. Wow, what a fight. Dan Lloyd tries to get up the inside and actually will lose out potentially to Tom Sharp. Gelzinis is the mover in the pack ahead of Eastwood. What does Lloyd do? He manages to fend off Tom Oliphant, who's ahead of Tom Sharp now. And Stephen Jelly arrives on the back of Lewis Plato to have a go on the inside at Sterling's, but that doesn't quite work out either. We are on lap 11 out of the 17 as they come downhill from Westfield up through Dingledale. Whoops, drama ahead as off the road goes Dockrell into the barrier pretty hard. Dan Cammish leads the way, 3.2 seconds to the good. I mean, there's nobody around Cammish. He has utterly dominated this. And there is Barstis, once again, having to think about defending, because Peter Carl-Henny is right there behind him and he's really on his toes now.
He is. There's a little bit of panic in Barstis' driving. Just as coming up the inside comes Peter Carl-Henny. Now, is the safety car flags out or not?
Gelzinis is really under pressure, isn't he, from Charlie Eastwood here. They've run nose to tail for the majority of the race, but now Eastwood is on his toes up the inside at Hawthorne, went for it, couldn't do it. Gelzinis brakes as late as he dares, goes wide, Eastwood up the inside. Here comes Lloyd back into the mix. Behind them, Sharps alongside Oliphant. Eastwood is through. Up the curb goes Dan Lloyd, bounces on the suspension. Oliphant has a go at Lloyd on the inside line now, and is he going to go through? He's got the inside line up towards Sheen Curve. He can't quite get his nose up fully, and so Lloyd will just fend him off towards Sterling's. Oliphant keeps Tom Sharp at bay, but Charlie Eastwood has gone through. Out of all of that, the most significant bit of it was Charlie Eastwood up into third. And this is the style of a Porsche champion. Dan Cammish then, the 2015 and 2016 Carrera Cup GB champion, wins for the 12th time this year as he crosses the line ahead of Dino Zamparelli. Charlie Eastwood almost with him at the end, only 4 tenths back in third.